going on YouTube? Another video matchup from JD's NerdVerse. My name is JD. Let's dive into this. Today we're playing through as Nidoran Female. Go ahead and watch this battle. We're fighting Squirtle and her rival. A little bit of different layout today. I hope you guys like it. Comment down below and let me know what you think. So Nidoran Female. Playing through the entire game of Nidoran Female. I'm going to go over some rules real quick, and you're going to see something here that we haven't experienced for a while. Nidoran Female is in the fast level up group. So it's pretty nice. So we can actually get some good experience in this game. Look, rules for the playthrough. First one is only use Nidoran Female in battle. That's the first rule. We can't use any other ones. We can catch other Pokemon for HMs and things like that. But in battle, we can only use Nidoran Female. The second rule is running clock, except for like 3 scenarios. One is Lieutenant Surge's Gym. This, you can never find that button. I believe in this film and the Nidoran Male film, I just filmed them both. Both of them gave me problems finding that stupid button. So I basically turn the timer off until I find it, and then when I'm about to start to fight with Lieutenant Surge, I restart it. The other scenario is if I have a whole bunch of stuff, I need to dump them into the computer rather than just like rush myself and forget something, which I actually did in the male one. I'll go over that when it happens. I just turn the timer off while I'm doing that. So, and maybe some errands here and there, but for the most part, it's a running clock. And then also, if I need to get Hyper Beam or something like that, and I gotta sell some coin to get it, or sell some Poké Dollars to get coins. So there's just some scenarios where it would happen, but that one's very rare, and the other two are very common. So I just want to explain that if you ever see the clock running. Sometimes I forget, but I always try to compensate back in the time I've lost. So, Nidoran Female. There's some really nice benefits to Nidoran Female. Let's talk about our stats first. So Nidoran Female stats are pretty just okay across the board. There's nothing super great that stands out until you level it up, and then even when you level it up, there's not really a massive distance between every other stat. So there's not a discrepancy, or there's not one stat that really stands out other than like defense and HP, and I guess attack goes up whenever you get the Nidoqueen, so that's pretty good. So the real issue with Nidoqueen, though, is her level up moveset. Level up moveset is hot garbage. It's not very good, especially with the first gym. With a rock type trainer in the beginning of the game, you do not have a lot of options with these moves to beat them. So we have to be at a very high level, so that takes us a lot of time. Now, on the other hand, the TM level up. So basically, by the time we get to Brock, we only have Growl, Tackle, Poison Sting, and Scratch. So not a great moveset there compared to Nidoran Male, who has Horn Attack. So definitely disadvantage there. But where she lacks in level up moves, she gains in actual TMs. If you hear a noise behind me, it's my cat. He's being dumb. She's being dumb. Mega Punch, Mega Kick, Horn Drill, Body Slam, Bubble Beam, Water Gun, Ice Beam, Blizzard, Hyper Beam. We're not going to use Hyper Beam, but it's available if we wanted to. Seismic Toss, Thunderbolt, Thunder, Earthquake, Fissure, any other, Fire Blast, Rock Slide. So all these moves are very solid moves that we can use, and there's definitely what I like to say is a path to victory. There's definitely a combination of moves that will get us through the game pretty fast, actually, considering we spent almost 30 minutes beating Brock's gym, or getting past Brock's gym. So, what else goes on with this? So we're allowed to level up our Pokemon. So that was a rule I missed. We don't just play through Nidoran Female and keep it. It's very would be very frustrating for me if I were to try to keep Nidoran Female from evolving, and then she'd evolve and have to go back to a save point and then have to compensate the time for my screw up. I'm just not going to do that. That's why I let them evolve. I let them level up. I even use the Moonstone. One good thing about Nidoran Female is as soon as you give her the Nidorina, I should say, as soon as you give Nidorina the Moonstone, she learns Body Slam, so she gets a pretty good move. So that's pretty good. So up to that point, you just got to get past Brock's gym. That's the thing. Brock's gym is, for a lot of playthroughs, Brock's gym is I don't want to say a struggle, but he is definitely he's an obstacle, to say the least. Having the rock trainer early, a lot of these Pokemon were not designed to be used at the beginning of the game. So having that rock trainer early really does challenge people to find, to level up or find a solution to win. And like I said, the game was not designed for people to be playing through with these Pokemon. So we take on, we're in Nidorina right now. We're taking on the Million Light Years trainer inside of Brock's gym. If you don't know why they call him that, he says you're a million light years away from ever beating Brock. Is what he says. And actually, he's probably not too far off. We are a little bit off from beating him. So Nidoran Male was able to beat. I'm gonna stop comparing the two after this statement. I promise. Nidoran Male or Nidorino was able to beat Brock at level 16, and we had to get to level 20. And the reason why I went to level 20 is because. And by the way, I've noticed is that Brock looks like he's doing the Wakanda for Life thing. It looks pretty cool. I noticed that, and I was like, oh, okay. Way to go, Brock. Good for you. So, yeah, here's the strategy, and I'll explain some things about this. So, the reason why we got to level 20. The strategy here is just knock out Geodude as fast as possible. Try not to take as much damage, and then knock out Geodude as fast as possible. Get the Onyx. Now, Onyx, you have the similar, I call it the Bide strategy. Attack, see what he does back, and that dictates your next move. If he uses Bide, use a Growl or Screech or whatever you have available to you. So we just use Growl until his energy is unleashed and nothing happens, and we use Scratch again, and then if he uses Bite again, we repeat the same process. So it's a grind, and you just gotta outlast him basically. If he just used Tackle the whole time, he probably would beat us. So and the reason why I'm at level 20 is I watched J-Rose 11 play through. He played through as both Nidoran Male and Female. Now he didn't level him up. But he beat Brock at level 19. Now, his playthroughs are different. He'll play through, and if he misses, he resets back, and he goes off in-game time at 4 times speed. So that's how he plays. So I don't play that way. I play a running clock, so we have to make a decision and be decisive about it. So I was like, you know what? I'm not going to level up to level 18 or 19, try to fight him, lose, and have to keep battling and battling back. I actually fought this through before, so sometimes when I do playthroughs, I'll play through and kind of just see where I come across issues. And I played through this one for about 30 minutes. It's probably more than an hour. We're close to an hour. And then to see where I was having struggles. And I had struggles at levels 19 and even 20. So this is actually a more consistent battle this time around. And this is the one I ended up filming. So I did both I didn't do Nidoran Male. The Nidoran Female played through and a little bit till about maybe like Lieutenant Surge's Gym just to see where I was going to have struggles. Just because Nidoran Female has a disadvantage of going first. So I played through her twice to kind of give her a little save. So the first playthrough I did, that I didn't, like, it's not on here. Like, I didn't get through Brock's gym for about 45 minutes. So figuring out how to get there and be more efficient, just being decisive and going right for it, really cut some time off her. So, yeah, we're past the Brock's gym by about 25 minutes. So we cut off 20 minutes off her time by doing that for her. I didn't want her to be penalized for that. So, like, I could probably redo my Pikachu run, and the same exact thing would happen. I could probably say about 5, maybe 10 minutes. So, this part of the game's not tough. We don't have anything super powerful, but the point is we have high defense, or pretty high defense, decent attack, but we don't have any high attacking moves. That's where we're at right now. So, it's just about, surviving, getting to the next point in the game where we can actually get some good stuff. So, coming up in this game is in Mountain Moon. Mount Moon gives us a lot of things that we can use to our advantage. The first thing we could pick up, which I actually picked it up and didn't think I could use it until I had Nidoqueen, so that's my stupidity, but we still didn't have any issues getting to the next part. I should have just picked it up and added Water Gun immediately. It does help you against some of the trainers you can face. But I get Water Gun and you get Mega Punch, and you can get a Moonstone. As soon as you get a Moonstone, you can level up the Nidoqueen. Now, leveling up the Nidoqueen at the level we're at negates learning Bite. I think it negates learning Fury Swipes, and it negates learning Double Kick. Not a big deal because the other moves you get in the game definitely compensate for not having access to those. So, yeah, it was definitely nice. Wasn't the end of the world. But it was just dumb on my part I didn't add Water Gun right away. So I think we're getting to that here in a moment. And I haven't had a chance to do this, and I'll do it now. Hit my subscribe button if you haven't already, and hit the like button. Comment down below any ideas. What do you think of my new layout? And also follow me on Twitter and Instagram. You'll get content like this and stuff about my content. You can engage with me on there. At JD's NerdVerse is my Twitter, and at JD's_nerd_verse on Instagram. So we're fighting these last few trainers here. And actually, you know what's something funny? I actually started doing this voiceover about an hour ago. And I left the scene in this I did not want to leave in. It was what I do between Brock's gym and the trainers here. So I got the Moonstone in Mountain Moon. Get the Moonstone. Give it to Nidorina. evolving the Nido Queen. She immediately learns Body Slam. I did not know that was a thing, but she learns Body Slam right away. And we accidentally deleted Scratch. We accidentally deleted Scratch because I was just clicking through, but I was like, you know what, it's not a big deal. We have Tackle. We just got to get to this point where we can learn this move. And Poison Sting, and I think the last one we get rid of, and we add Water Gun so that we have a decent move to fight Rock type. So where Nido Queen or Nidorino, whatever, lacks in moves makes up for it drastically in that level, in that TM moveset. Like, it's almost every move. Like, it's probably missing maybe 10 moves total. I could probably go through one day and count. I could probably count right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So right there's 10. Probably about 20 moves. So about 30 of the moves in the game you can learn. 25 moves, about half the TMs in the game you can learn, which is ridiculous that he can. Now, there is one Pokemon I'm going to learn every one of them. That's fun. So Nido Queen really makes a lot of these battles a lot more trivial because her stats are great, and she just, like I've mentioned this before, that there's a Pokemon game momentum. And then what I mean by that is not only do they get level up pretty good and they can progress through the game pretty fast, but their moveset levels up with them. So like right now we went from Scratch, Poison Sting, and Tackle to now we have all have the Dome Fossil, by the way. And now we have Water Gun, Mega Punch, and Body Slam. So not a bad moveset. Not a bad moveset to say the least. We have a pretty solid moveset here that we can get through parts of the game with. And then coming up, we don't get it, but we can get Seismic Toss, and then there's always the other Body Slam we can get. I do think we get the Body Slam here, and the reason why is in case we have to delete it, we can always relearn it. And so now we fight Misty's gym. Misty is tough because I think we're Ground type, so Water has an effect on Ground. Now I think we knock out Staryu right away. Starmie is going to be the tricky one. Bubble Beam does almost half, not quite half. And we do a Body Slam and get a critical hit. That was crucial. We got outsped by Starmie. And now we face our rival fight. Our rival isn't really too complicated. One of the downsides to fighting, having to get through Brock, the way we had to get through Brock is we overlevel. And when we overlevel, it makes a lot of these fights very, very easy. Makes our next 3 rival fights are cakewalks. I would say the next 4 rival fights are cakewalks. This one, the one in Pokemon Tower, the one in SSN, the one in Pokemon Tower, and the one in Silphco. I would say the next 5 are actually 5 or 6. So the way that, well, that might also be contributed. The 5th and 6th one, the last 2 would be contributed probably to the moveset variety. But we just steamroll through him. We steamroll through this entire bridge. And the struggles that we had, we didn't have struggle. The only thing I struggled with really with Nido Queen is the fact that her speed is kind of garbage. She does not have good speed. And so when she doesn't have good speed, she can miss some attacks, especially with Mega Punch. Now, Mega Punch is a very good attack when it hits. The problem with Mega Punches is not very reliable. So that was probably one of the things early that I didn't like, is the fact that we had to rely a lot on Mega Punch. Getting Body Slam definitely alleviates that because we have variety. And the other thing about like Nido Queen that's good is you get a lot of moves, so you don't have to go back and heal. There's plenty of money you get in the game where you can buy potions to prevent yourself from healing, and you have so many moves, and the moves we have all have a lot of power points. Body Slam has the lowest with 15. I'm pretty sure Bubble Beam's either 25 or 30. Let's see if it shows. Yeah, 15 for Body Slam. I'm confident in that. So we have a lot of moves. We can literally attack dang near 60 times before we have to go back and heal. And if we really want to, there's elixirs you can buy too. So Ekans, Body Slam. I'm saving my other like Bubble Beam and stuff because there's some hikers coming up here in a minute. So there's a hiker right here, and Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam is 20. Okay, so Bubble Beam's 20, and then Mega Punch is 25 or 30. So a lot of power points. There's nothing really also that is really effective against us. Kind of grass, kind of not. We're ground poison, so grass types are not super effective as you think, because we resist poison, but as a ground type, grass is good against us. So it's like a mixed bag, and so there's nothing really super effective against you. Maybe Ghost type, maybe, but nothing really is over the top like effective against you. So if you're taking on this Misty, this Lass or whatever, who has three Pidgeys, this one can be tough because if she gets a sand attack off with the first one and it takes him within one hit, it can really you're actually making this battle very difficult. But we get through it. We get through this one as well with a Spearow, and I think it's Eradicate. Pretty solid battle. Don't really have... There's not a lot of tough battles in this game. I noticed that. Just early, you have to level up so much. So we get Body Slam on here. It's kind of pointless. I don't think we actually end up using it, but I got it just in case. I got near the end of the game, and I'm actually getting more confident in the moves and noticing the moveset. I'm like, yeah, we're probably not going to need this, but I got it just to be safe, and it doesn't hurt to have it. So now here's our fourth rival fight. The first rival fight is in Professor Oak's facility. One-hit knockout. One-hit knockout. Kadabra, one-hit knockout, very good. War Turtle, one-hit knockout, very good. And we beat our rival. So now we get Lieutenant Surge. Lieutenant Surge really isn't a challenge either. I really wish that we could learn Dig. If you can learn Earthquake, you should be able to learn Dig. That's kind of my philosophy here. But they can't do anything really to us. There's no damage they can really do to us. We're ground type, so they don't have to use normal type moves. Now, I think in Pokemon Yellow, Raichu has Mega Punch, but in this one he does not. So we beat Lieutenant Surge pretty well. And there's only really one fight I want to show you in Rock Tunnel. And it's this hiker who has the two exploding Geodudes and an exploding Graveler. With the variety of moves that we have a water type, and as long as you can one-shot these guys, you can beat them. As long as you can use Dig, as long as you can tank one explosion, you can probably beat them. It's just a little combination of those things to beat your rival. So now we get to Celadon City. We get Ice Beam. We still have Mega Punch. So here's our moveset now. We have Mega Punch, Body Slam, Ice Beam, and what's the other one? I'll see it right here in 2 seconds. Bubble Beam. Okay. So we have Bubble Beam, Ice Beam, Mega Punch, and Body Slam. Good moveset, and we are going to be able to better that moveset drastically in this game. Not that it's like a bad moveset at all. These are good moves if we had to play through all the way with these, but it gets better. I was saying this with I've had a couple playthroughs like with Rattata where the middle game moves that are good that don't last as well, and later in the game Rattata had to use a couple of those, but in the end it ended up still being a perfectly fine Pokemon to play through with. And now we take a little bit of damage here, a little upset about that. And Erica's gym's not too hard because, like I said, you are grass poison, so you're resisted by the grass type with poison, but you also could be weak because of ground. It's a mixed bag. It's a really mixed bag. But for the most part, we get through this without any issues. Not a lot of resistance. Ice Beam. There's not a lot of power points with Ice Beam as much as there was with other moves. But Ice Beam, it's a good enough move. And I'm pretty confident we one-shot right here. So let's see what happens. Ice Beam or Body Slam. Let's go with Mega Punch. Now, Mega Punch is a 2-hit. We missed Sleeping Powder, thank goodness. Mega Punch is a 2-hit with Tangela. Now, what is it with Vileplume? Mega Punch, it's about 40%. And then this is scary. Whenever you get put to sleep and that Vileplume starts using Slash. Okay, so Ice Beam was probably more powerful. I think I was just worried that it wasn't going to do enough. So now we're going to Team Rocket. Rocket Hideout. Rocket Hideout is, as usual, pretty easy. But I'll just showcase a little bit of this. And like I said, right here, I started doing exactly what I did in the last video. So last video, I fought through Rocket. Actually, here's what I did. I went from beating Erica to going right into Team Rocket's hideout. I'm starting to get much more confident in this game. I can just tell because I'm healing less and using potions more and just utilizing the amount of movesets I have. So I beat Erica, went straight to Team Rocket, didn't even go back and heal. And then I went straight, you'll see. So then I go straight to Team Rocket. I take out Team Rocket. I'm fighting this guy here for his stupid lift key. He's a one-hit knockout across the board, or an OHKO, or whatever you want to call it. Yep, one-hit knockout across the board. And get the lift key. Now we fight Tweedledee and Tweedledum. And it cuts out because I've gotten some comments from people that if I could shorten the video just a little bit, that would be amazing. So I've been doing that, and I've got it cut down to a lot of the in-between stuff that I don't really need to explain how the run went. I've gotten rid of. And now we're fighting. We beat Tweedledee. Now we're fighting Tweedledum. And yeah, just little things I start noticing about the game. And this is kind of the beauty of playing Pokemon for as much as you do for all these runs. I did not notice before that Brock like had his arms crossed like that, so he looks like he's doing the Wakanda for Life from Black Panther. I love it. It's awesome. I noticed that. I'm like, oh yeah, Wakanda for Life. Let's go, Brock. So we fight Giovanni. Giovanni's a pushover. We have Bubble Beam, so both of his rock type Pokemon are one-hit knockouts. We probably could have done with Ice Beam as well. Kangaskhan is a two-hit knockout, and it does Rage or Comet Punch. It doesn't really have anything that can hurt us. So we beat Giovanni, and I don't think we cut through in this at all. So just like with the last video, we dig out, all right, and then we fly, and there we go. We fly there. Then we go and take on our rival, and we just use a potion. We don't even need a potion, honestly. And then we save. Taking a second to save, holding myself in suspense, and now we take on our rival. And like I said, every rival fight after like the second one's pretty easy because the fact that we had to level up so much just to get through parts of the game really had an effect on the rest of the game. There's not really much you can do. You have to fight certain trainers. You can't just avoid everyone. You can't jump around everyone. I guess one way to do that is to use, like, there's a glitch where if you buy a Pokédoll, instead of having to go through Rocket Tower, or Team Rocket's hideout, and I beat the rival pretty handily there. And I didn't think that the fight with Marowak or the 3 Rocket guys was relevant, so I just went right to the next trainer. What was I talking about? I just lost my train of thought here. So it snowballs. It snowballs very well, and you can't avoid trainers. That's what I was talking about. There's a glitch where you can throw a Pokédoll at the ghost. The Marowak Ghost, and that, does what the Silph Scope does. I don't like doing that. That would definitely cut out having to need to battle like 3 or 4 more trainers. But I don't like doing that because it's just me. I just don't like to. I think that's a glitch you're exploiting. And it's just a glitchless run other than the badge boost glitch because you can't help that. There's nothing you can do about the badge boost glitch. It's there. And actually in this run, we don't even use the badge boost glitch unless it's on accident by someone using like a Leer or something to us. So, so we can't help the badge boost glitch. It's just part of the game mechanic. The Pokédoll one, it's a good strategy, I guess, but you still, I don't know. I think it just cuts out so much time and that it wouldn't be a fair run. And I can't start doing that now that I've started, doing playthroughs. I can't just randomly decide now I'm going to start throwing this in as a part of the game. And then it's not fair to the Pokemon I've already played through as. So that's why I've decided not to do that. I know some people have decided to do that. Some people do that in their playthroughs, which is perfectly fine. That's their choice. That's like some people don't have a timer like I have. Some people use the in-game timer and they use that to dictate things. So I use the timer I have available. It forces me to be precise. It forces me to, make a decision, stick with it, so to speak. So that's why I like the timer. And also, there are some playthroughs where the heat is on, and you don't hear it because I play through, I edit the video, then I do the voiceover afterwards. So you don't hear the intensity that sometimes can come from everything not working your way the way you plan it. So it does happen. So we freeze. We're facing Koga. We freeze Muck. Having that Ice Beam is pretty nice, especially when you get that freeze. And I think we freeze Weezing as well. Yeah, I've never really seen Ice Beam work as well as it's worked in this battle for sure. And in Gen 1, you can't unfreeze unless someone uses a fire attack on you. So it just doesn't happen. So I think it's the dumbest thing ever. I think it very much sucks when you fight Lorelei and she gets you frozen with one of her frozen moves, or one of her Aurora Beam, or even Ice Punch or something like that. So what we're doing now is I filmed this. I showed this part. We're actually getting, right here's a carb. That's going to help our speed. Rare Candy, we'll use that later. But Earthquake is a move I want to use. So we're going to teach Earthquake. Which one do we remove and we're going to move Bubble Beam. Bubble Beam, it served its purpose, but we're not going to need a water move later in the game. We're going to need ice moves and other things. So now with that, I did not do that. So that's something that I did not do in this playthrough also, was I saved Thunderbolt for later. Because I guess I thought Body Slam would be useful, maybe against Blaine's Gym. I think that was my thought process. But it's not. And Ice Beam's knocking out 3 people in a row. The first one didn't get a... it was a 2-hit. It's just like this one's a 2-hit. So now we have Blastoise. Earthquake is not a 1-hit, but he uses Bubble. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me. Oh, man. Gary, and in this game, I think it's called Larry. Larry does not have a good moveset for his move. Like, he faces the same things I have. Bubble Beam would have been a much better move. Ice Beam, you have access to this stuff. Larry, come on. Up your game. Just kidding. Giovanni is a pushover. We have an ice attack for his rock type Pokemon. We misclick and hit Rock Slide. Don't know why I did that. Nidoqueen is Earthquake is a 1-hit knockout, and Giovanni, the second Giovanni fight, is a cakewalk. We get all the way to Blaine's Gym. I don't think I healed. I think I beat all the Pokemon trainers in here. Then I just went in. Yeah, that's exactly what happened, because I'm looking at my health. That I just used a potion to heal. So that's how good Nidoqueen was doing, and that's how confident I was in Nidoqueen. So Earthquake, does Earthquake get 4 straight knockouts? It does get 4 straight knockouts. So Nidoqueen's doing very well. Look at the time. We're on pace with some of the better Pokemon we've played as. It's the same pace as like Charizard, Sandslash, Blastoise. So we're on pace to do very well. Earthquake is a 1-hit knockout for the first Pokemon. 1-hit knockout for Mr. Mime. Venomoth, which doesn't make sense that Earthquake takes it. It's a flying bug. It literally has wings. And then 4 knockouts. Doesn't make sense, but we'll take the win. I think they fixed this in yellow, where you can't use Earthquake or Dig on Venomoth, but they definitely can use it. So Giovanni, the last gym we have to fight, Ice Beam, a 1-hit knockout. Dugtrio, Ice Beam is a 1-hit knockout. Nidoqueen, Ice Beam is almost a 1-hit, so close. But we still get the knockout on a Toko, and then Earthquake is a 1-hit knockout for Nidoking, I'm sorry. Then Rhydon, 1-hit knockout. Oh, so close. Oh, so close. And we get the knockout with Giovanni. So Giovanni's not really tough. The toughest playthrough we've had with Giovanni was Pikachu. And it makes sense. It's electric type. So now we're facing our I think it's our 7th rival fight. Our 6th rival fight. Yeah, 6th. So Thunderbolt, 1-hit knockout. I added Thunderbolt because I thought it definitely changed some trajectory of some battles, which it definitely did. 3 1-hit knockouts. Execute. Ice Beam is a 1-hit knockout, and is Thunderbolt or is Earthquake a knockout for Alakazam? Yes, he is. And Blastoise, Thunderbolt. It's not a 1-hit, but Hydro Pump does a lot of damage there. So if we'd have missed, we could have lost that game, but we get the win. So now we're facing the Elite Four. Elite Four we do very well against. We got to move for pretty much everything. So this is a first try playthrough. You're going to see an uncut, not cut anything. It's going to be from when I entered to when I ended. So 1-hit knockout on Dugong. Not quite a 1-hit knockout on Cloyster. We can take a little bit of damage though. Move on. Slowbro. Thunderbolt. It's a 2-hit. Uses Amnesia. Doesn't make sense, but uses Amnesia. Jinx. Earthquake is a 1-hit knockout. Now we got Lapras. Lapras can do Hydro Pump, which it misses, thank goodness. But we get the knockout, and we beat Lorelei pretty handily. Barely took any damage. The biggest thing is we might have used a little bit more power points, but other than that, don't take any. And you're going to see I heal here. I have 4 restores. You're going to see something funny in the Nidoran Male playthrough. I was not paying attention. I walked in there with I didn't buy any 4 restores, so I was very worried. But it worked out just fine. Bruno, we don't want to talk about Bruno, but here's the battle. We got everything we can to beat Bruno. We got a Blizzard, 1-hit knockout. We got a Hitmonchan, Earthquake. Oh, it's not a 1-hit. My bad. Rock Slide, 1-hit, or it's 2 hits. Toko. Hitmonlee is not as strong, so we probably could have gone for Earthquake there. He's got less defense than Hitmonchan. Onyx, Blizzard should be a 1-hit. Yes, it is. And Machamp is a 2-hit. And we knock out and beat Bruno. Not really a difficult battle. The next one here can be difficult. What I like that J Rose calls is J Rose 11 calls it the Agatha lottery. So I've never mentioned this. I didn't mention this yet in this video, so I'm gonna pause it for 2 seconds. I watch basically 3 other YouTubers consistently: J Rose 11, Scott's Thoughts, and My Dry Bread. So those are the ones I watch. So when I watch theirs, I like some of the things that they say, and I'm trying not to mimic them because I've just seen them so much. But it's called the Agatha lottery because Agatha has so much stuff she can do that really can like just mess up your world. So right here, I had a lot of her candies. I didn't give them all yet, but I decided to give them all because I saved them just in case I needed to use the badge boost glitch. I'm not going to, so I'm just going to give maximum level, see if I can get this battle won without having to reset or anything. So Agatha has a lottery, and what that is, she can confuse you, put you to sleep, paralyze you, everything. Poison you, everything. So we're just going for broke. Earthquake is a knockout. Rock Slide is a 2-hit knockout. I don't know why she healed there. She could have poisoned me or something, put me to sleep. That would have given her a better chance to win. Earthquake, knockout. Earthquake, knockout. And is the last Gengar a 1-hit knockout with Earthquake? It is. We don't even get a chance to take damage. So like with Bruno, we didn't take any damage. Or not much damage. Agatha didn't take damage. So that's going to be a trend here. You're going to see the next one I fight. I don't take that much damage either. So you got to look at this. I don't know why I'm waiting. There we go. We took us 25 minutes to beat Brock, and since then, 25 minutes from then, it's been 13 minutes, an hour and 13 minutes. Very good time post Brock. And so we get a 1-hit knockout on Gyarados, that's scary. Gyarados is scary. He's got Hydro Pump. He's got Hyper Beam. He can do a lot of things too. So getting him out of the way really makes everything else fine. Aerodactyl outspeeds, but luckily it doesn't affect us. Blizzard get the knockout. So we run through his entire team with taking very minimal damage. Very minimal damage. And now we're at the champion with 1 hour and 38 minutes on the clock. Can we get this done in under an hour and 40 minutes? Well, we're going to try. So here we go. I'm giving the elixir, fully ready, fully saved. That's what I'm doing right now. An hour and 39 minutes. So we're going to be on par with some of the higher tiered Pokemon we've had. The Charizards, the Blastoises, the Sandslashes. Are they going to be on par with them? Let's find out. First Thunderbolt, it's a 1-hit. Take a seat. Next one, we don't outspeed Alakazam, but Earthquake, definitely, it's a 2-hit. Get the damage. Level up. Doesn't hurt us. Blizzard. It's a 1-hit with Rhydon. Now we have 2 Pokemon left. Arcanine. It's a 2-hit. I misclicked and hit Blizzard. It would have been a 1-hit. Executor. Now I want to hit Blizzard. And it's weird that now he's frozen, so it doesn't really matter. So now last Pokemon, Blastoise. Is it a 1-hit? It is not a 1-hit. However, he stupidly does withdraw. And we get the knockout. So first time playthrough, I didn't cut anything. It was like straight through. So we're gonna see if we get this under 1 minute, 1 hour and 41 minutes. I think we do. I'm spamming the A button here to get to the part where it gets the time. And the way I do the time is as soon as it shows the time on the screen, I pause the timer that I have available, and I'll actually pause the entire thing as soon as it shows up and just talk a little bit more. Yeah, so the playthrough, don't go off playtime, because sometimes I pause to go use the bathroom, I pause to go do errands and come back. I just click away from it. So don't go off playtime. I go off the in-game time, the real time that I do. So what do I got? What are my comments and what are my thoughts on Nidoqueen? Nidoqueen did better than I thought. I didn't think Nidoqueen would have a better time than a couple other runs. Now, like I said, there's a couple Pokemon that I've done that she beat, technically. So she beat Blastoise, she beat Sandslash, she beat Charizard. If I could play through those again, I could probably clean those runs up and shave off about 10 minutes on both of those. So she's not better than them. Her time is better, and because she has the benefit of my experience helping her out and the benefit of playing through once and then knowing where I was going to have some struggles and knowing where to level up a little higher. She definitely benefits from that. But an hour and 40 minutes is not a slouch. It's a very good time. I never felt in this game that I was ever at any disadvantage. I never felt like there's a time where I needed to level up too much, other than Brock's gym. But if you, like I said, you look at Brock's gym, an hour and 15 minutes is what it took to beat the game after Brock's gym. So I want to thank everyone for watching. Comment down below. What do you think? I need some feedback. I want as much feedback as I possibly can. Make sure to follow my Twitter and my Instagram. They are in the description down below. Subscribe to this channel. Hit that notification bell. And everyone, you have yourself a good one. The next video coming out is Nidoran Male. And you're going to be very surprised at the outcome of Nidoran Male. Have a good one. See ya.